Zam brothers. Yeah, we back, man. We back. This is gonna be kind of more of our like gaming side. We talked about it last time how we was gonna get into more like, more into some other things. You know what I mean? Since we play games a lot. We play a lot of video games
Yeah.
and
Switch up the bag.
switch up the bag a little bit and just giving y'all some more content. Just adding to our mix moving forward, especially once it gets to like football. We gonna start doing like recording on our sports stuff once a week, and then also doing like a secondary video that's gonna be more like gaming or like just more maybe like
Music or
pop
whatever.
culture, like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That we gonna add into the mix. So that way y'all are getting like kind of like both sides of just us and like our personalities. You know what I mean? So yeah, so we're kind of excited to like kick this chapter off too.
Yeah.
And we just have a lot of ideas coming up as far as like what we want to do with just our channels, our social medias, and stuff like that. So just stay tuned. Like it was a really good first year, and I just want to say
Yeah.
that off rip before we really get into it. Is just that we've just been, you know, just proud of what we've done so far. Like in this first year, we just kind of just been recording and having fun and posting and
And y'all been fucking with it.
y'all been fucking with it, and we've been getting good reactions and good comments and likes, whether good, bad, whatever. But we just been, super grateful of just like what we've done so far. So it's been a great first year, but we know that we can take it up another notch. So that's what we're doing now. You know what I'm
Level
saying? We're
up.
taking it up another notch. We're gonna
Time to bring
add
out the games.
more.
Level up.
We're gonna add more recordings, more side content too, more little fun stuff, more little skits, like things like that. So just stay tuned. We got a bunch of ideas. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
this is just the beginning, Genesis. You know what I mean, if you will. So yeah, kicking it off, getting into the gaming.
Nice
I,
little
I think I'm
segue.
gonna start with my bottom thing, where it's like, what do you think like the overall state of like gaming is right now? Because I know it's kind of a topic of like, hey, is gaming falling off?
Yeah.
And is it falling off because the games aren't as good, or is it
The
falling
play
off
rate.
maybe just because, especially like people in like our age range, like we're starting to get older, like blah blah blah. So it's like, what is it that
Mm.
do you feel like gaming is falling off, or do you still think that like gaming is like pretty good where it's at right now?
I don't know. I feel like I watch a lot of gaming stuff on like YouTube and shit, and I feel like it's even more pronounced than it ever was. Like, obviously, people are doing their own stuff like related to gaming that's not the games itself, and it's more like streaming and stuff like that. But I really feel like games have been better than ever, honestly. Like, the single player games are prettier, the mechanics are better, they're more involved, bigger games, and even like sports games and stuff, they're bringing out new ideas and like finally trying to go with what the community is asking for.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I really think that it has been on a uptick silently, and people
Right,
are just kind of like in a weird spot just because there's not been a like GTA yet.
right. And I think that I definitely agree. I think it's in a decent spot. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of the people that say gaming has fallen off, like they're still into that nostalgia of like 2014 gaming, 2013 gaming, where it was like,
Like COD
right, everybody was on Black Ops 2, everybody was on Black Ops 3, or like
or even Battlefield and shit like
right,
that too.
or like when Fortnite got hot, whatever,
Mm.
like the COVID years, what I'm saying, where like everybody was on. But I think people that say it fell off, it's more of like their friends kind of thing, or it's like
Mm-hmm.
your group kind of thing, where it's like if you don't have a group of people that's like consistently gaming, and like maybe the people in your squad or like your circle, like they don't really game anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
now you're like, well, like what do I do? Like I feel like that's where it's kind of like I get
Yeah.
like there, because a lot of the games now I think are meant for you to have some friends online, like some type of a
Yeah.
team or whatever
Little
like that.
co-op. Yeah.
Right. Like I think the only real games that you can really kind of solo are like the sports games, like college, where you can just kind of do your own thing and just like vibe out.
Or like Assassin's Creed and shit like that.
Right, like the single
Solo.
player
Yeah.
stuff. But a lot of people nowadays, like I wouldn't say a lot of people, but there's like that group of people that say like, oh, gaming fell off. They're not the real types to be on the Assassin's Creeds and
Mm-hmm.
like the solo kind of Elden Ring kind of games or
Yeah.
whatever. So it's like
They're like the trendy gamers.
right. So it's like if you're a trendy gamer and you want, the multiplayers and stuff like that, and you want those games and you want that nostalgia feel, but you don't have your group, then like I can see what you're saying. But I think that the games, even though maybe there's not as wide range of like a selection like there was back in the day, like there's not as many
Like game
side
developers
games.
that are making a bunch of different shit.
Right, because I think before, like you would have like crazy other side games. Like there was more like Need for Speed kind of games. Like I know Unbound is out, but like you know what I'm trying to say. There's
Yeah.
more like games like that where like more super racing specific, and then there was other shooters other than like just the CODs
Or
and
there'd
stuff
be
like
like Crash
that.
Bandicoot,
Right,
or
and
there'd be like
like
Sly Cooper, and
yeah,
like random little indie games too.
right. So it's like I think that that was more prominent back then, and that's kind of fallen off. But I think that it's because these companies have been more like focused on like what's our main thing. Okay, let's kind of give that the most push, and you know that's how you're just kind of seeing these games just kind of staying around. Like Fortnite is just been here.
Yeah.
You know, Apex been here. Like 2K, you know, whatever. All these games
Yeah.
are just gonna Overwatch. It's like let's just keep putting our coins into that
Yeah.
and just keep getting our product out of that, and then we'll see later. Maybe they make a Apex 2, maybe they make a Overwatch, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it goes. So I think that gaming is in
A good spot.
I think it's in a good spot,
Yeah.
honestly.
I do think it is two things. One is people are wanting, since the graphics and everything are better, they're wanting those games to be more fleshed out, and they're wanting them to be more perfect whenever they come out, because all the game developers are seeing now, like whenever they drop a game that's not finished, like a Cyberpunk,
Right.
everybody shits on it, and it doesn't get that big of a hype. And then like people like me, I played Cyberpunk on release day. I never had problems with it. I thought it was a great game from the beginning. Like it crashed maybe once or twice, but I never had like big issues with it. But I feel like game developers are more apprehensive to try new stuff and try
Right.
little side projects, because they know the community is going to like shit on it if it's not perfect. And then I think other thing which piggybacks off of that is there's two types of gamers. There's the competitive gamer that
Right.
like the people that are like play video games constantly and like really love playing it competitively, or just on their own and doing like challenges on their own, like Dark Souls and shit like that. And then there's the casual gamers that are like, why Fortnite was so big, and when Rivals first came out, jumping on that, and they're like going with the trends of what's the new game that's out that everybody's playing right now, and what is all the streaming getting on, so that we can, like Warzone players, like they're not really there to play competitively and enjoy the game. They're there just to like kick back, play with their friends for a little while, and then get off.
Or like just like playing.
That's the part that's falling off though.
A multiplayer, like I think that that's why like Black Ops and all that kind of stuff back in the day, Modern Warfare back in the day was so popular, is because the game itself was just made so that you could do both. If you wanted to take it serious and like run lobbies and like really go crazy, you could do that. And then you could also just be like, I'm just gonna hop on, like I just
play a couple games of domination.
I got off work. I might play for a couple hours, try a little bit, maybe not, have some fun, or like play some, you know, whatever little side mini games.
Try to get my camo.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that's definitely that. And I think the unfinished thing is definitely something that's like holding people, because it's
like they're apprehensive about it.
Because they want to drop like the game, and they want it to just be what it's supposed to be. Like they want it to be top level already, but it's like you kind of got to go through some of the whatever, and maybe your game just isn't a game that supposed to have crazy longevity.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it's a bad game. Like, what's the game that we were running? That was basically like Call of Duty or whatever that we were playing for.
Oh, X Defiant. Bro, that shit is gas.
X Defiant's like a perfect example of like, that game was not finished at all when it dropped or whatever. Like they literally even said it. Like we were playing, like we're like, what season is this? They're like, this is like
the beta season.
The season before it. Yeah. It was like, this wasn't even a season, but everybody was on, and and it was good. Like it was smooth, fast paced, get a bunch of kills. Like
good ass gun game.
Yeah, it had that. It had good camos. It had that old school Call of Duty feel, and
you get in and out of the games quick and shit.
Right, and it was good. And it was like, but it was unfinished. And then it was like, now there's probably not like a crazy fan base in X Defiant, but there was like a 2 to 3 month span where it's like, we were running X Defiant like a decent amount. Like
we were on that bitch every night.
Good nights on there, and like
And they were fun nights. It wasn't like you were raging at the game. It was
right.
like we were just having pure fun.
Kickback, just having fun, because like it was one of those games where like you weren't like, let's try to get into, you know, Apex Predator, let's try to get into the crazy rank. So you weren't sitting there like getting frustrated, like we're trying to rank up and try. It was like, no, we're just literally in here just to run.
Pockets.
You were just basically, you know, just pub stomping.
Yeah, you go in there, drop 60, and get out.
And like you could set which ones you wanted. Like, okay, we want to play domination, we want to play TDM, and we want to play this.
Mm-hmm.
And you could set your little thing, and then like set your little mixtape or whatever, and then go. And I think that, like I said, a lot of people were probably thrown off because they're like, well, this isn't like Call of Duty, or this isn't whatever. Like this game's unfinished, and it's like, yeah, but it's still good. Like you could still like play it and have a good time.
And it's only going to get better with more people playing it because they're going to work out the kinks and see more feedback.
And sometimes, like, I think sometimes a game having a little bit of kinks and stuff like that is honestly what kind of makes it good. Like that nostalgia feel. Like that's why some of those games were good back in the day, Modern Warfare 3 and
like exploiting little random shit.
Yes, because there was stuff about the game that like was broken and like wasn't really polished. Like you weren't supposed to be able to just like throw a tomahawk from one spawn to another, but you could if you got the right angle. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Or silent shot.
Right. Or like, you know, go around and it's like, okay, if you put select fire on this gun that's actually a single fire and make it an automatic, now this gun is somehow broken, but like you're not really supposed to be doing that, but you are. Like shit like that is what
the FAL burst.
Games, yeah, like what made games crazy. So it's like when you get those games that are like slightly unfinished, I think it adds a little bit something to it. Because I think like you said, the nature of like it has to be perfect. Sometimes it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think gaming's in like a decent spot. It's just more like fun. You know?
Yeah, I think it's just talk. I don't think it's like actually dying out or anything like that. I think it's just people having bad takes.
Yeah, and I think that like there's also like the split too of like people our age, right? Like, because like if you're in like your mid-20s, like you have the mid-20s dudes that are like I know you've been seeing it too, where like people are like, oh, like, you know, if you're over, you know, 21 or you're whatever, you're out of college, like you shouldn't even be touching a video game, bro. Your whole life should just be grind. You need to eat steak from a wood board and drink egg yolk, and every morning needs to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you have those niggas that are like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have $80 million in the bank right now, then you shouldn't even be touching a controller. Like, what are you doing? You're wasting your life. Lower test. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have the dudes that are like hammering it hard like that. And it's like, all right, bro. Like, I mean, like, dude, I get it. Like, if you're like not doing anything, like, which you're like, you are just literally in your mom's basement or something like that, or just something like that. And you're just
some unemployed dude.
Right. And you're just gaming. You're not making no money off of it, you're not doing nothing like that, and you're literally just gaming, and you have no career, you have no like ambition, you're not talking to like, you're not going out with your friends, you don't have like women you talk to, like, okay, now I get it, like, yes, but that's like such an extreme scenario. You know what I mean? I think that like generally, like if you're a guy and that's just one of your hobbies, like I don't see the issue with it, in my opinion, like because then those be the type of dudes that are like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, but they're the type to go like play golf for fucking 5 hours with their bros, and it's like that's the same thing as like somebody getting on after work in the evening and logging in with their boys and being like, hey, let's run some squads or whatever.
You're getting nothing done.
Right, you're technically getting nothing done. Well, on the golf course, you know, I can make business. Shut the fuck up, bro. You're not Donald Trump. You're not fucking Elon. You're not making business deals on the golf course. You're going to the golf course, drinking 50 twisted teas to the fucking face, and you know what I'm saying, and whatever, and just going
and having a shit score.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, like cool, like we just went out and we shot the shit. You drink a couple beers and then like you dip, like you didn't go there and like pass out business cards on the fucking 9th hole. Like, stop, bro. You know what I mean? It's like it's the same thing. Everybody like I think just humans in general. I think everybody, especially with the social media shit, is just in that mindset of like, everyone needs to, you just need to grind.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
that's the other extreme.
Right. It's like, okay, you need to grind, but like the part of being a human is like everybody has hobbies, whether you like to draw, whether you like to, you know, do this, or, you know, you like to, I like to take pictures. I like clothes. I like, you know, whatever. People go on shopping sprees. People, you know, go to car meetups and stuff like that. So it's like you got, obviously there's just stuff that you got to do to have fun. And if one of your things to do after you had a complete day and you did all your stuff and you're like, okay, now it's 7 o'clock I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna play the game until 10 and go to bed and do it all next. Like I don't see how that's a big deal, and I think that that's another reason why like on our age range, like people are like, oh, like gaming's falling off, like you shouldn't even be on gaming. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, bro, like just calm it down a little bit. Like
Yeah.
everything is balanced in life. You know what I mean? So it's just like just
Mm-hmm.
relax. If you want to play games, bro. Like
Yeah. Have fun.
right, it's like
That's what they're there for, is to have fun. It's
yeah,
literally a stress relief. That's the whole
yeah,
point of it.
have fun. And then it's like, okay, if you want to, get good and monetize and
Mm-hmm.
turn into a streamer or whatever and do that, then
Or
like
competitive gamer,
that's an
yeah.
avenue too. And then there's like other ways you can be like you can work for these game developers and you can work for these like companies and like
Mm-hmm.
now gaming is your job. Now gaming is your thing. So it's
Yeah.
like, dude, it's 2025. Like pretty much anything can be a job at this point.
I
So it's
mean,
like, you know what
elite
I mean?
athletes play video games every day,
Right.
and they like make money off of doing that.
Exactly. We see so many of these elite athletes that are like like streaming now. Like the athletes are barely even like going out and doing the stuff that they used
Kyler,
to do, right? Like going out to clubs and stuff like that. You're seeing all these athletes. You're like, they're talking about, yeah, I can't wait so I can get on Warzone later or whatever. Like,
yeah,
nah, I'm on. And you're like, bro, this dude's playing. It's like, yeah, bro. Like it's like I think at the end of the day, pretty much everyone games. You just gotta like find what works for you, bro. Like you know
yeah.
what I'm saying. If you're still out there catching 100 yards, you're Jamar Chase. It's like, you're gonna tell Jamar Chase that he's unsuccessful if he fucking loads up on the game? Like, bro, stop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but getting into more specific games and stuff like that. College football 26
Just came out.
just dropped this week. It's already looking like a good game.
It is.
And shout out College Football 25. College Football 25 was the exact football game that we needed.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, it's carrying out into 26 and stuff like that. But I really think we're going to look back in like 5 years or whatever and be like football 25 was one of the most elite football games all around.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It's like
yeah,
a renaissance of
yes,
football
it was like there was some
or sports
stuff
games
that
in
was
general.
like but it was like for the most part that game was super elite. How it played, what you could like, how you could use her on defense. The plays were way better. How there
Mm-hmm.
was way more playbooks.
The teams in
Obviously,
general, like that many selections.
yes, which made it less boring than like getting on Madden when it's like, okay, like playing with the Texans again, playing with the Lions again, whatever.
And the same players
Yeah,
and the
same
same,
players and stuff.
yeah.
I think that the reason that college football can be so elite is because the player pool is just so much bigger, which is why people have wanted it for so long since it went away. It's like there are so many players that were great in college or insane in college, by the
Mm-hmm.
way, and then like maybe in the NFL they didn't have like the best career. So it's like when you comparing college football's ultimate team versus Madden's ultimate team, that's the reason why it's better. It's like you look at Madden's ultimate team, it's the same cards that come out every year, bro. You're getting what 99 Randy Moss, 99 Mahomes, 99
Gronk
Kelsey.
at running back.
Right, like you're getting the same cards, bro. Where because it's like there's only a certain amount of players that were insane in the NFL. Where it's like, dude, we were getting like Jeremy Shockey cards and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that in CFB. You're getting guys
Dylan
that like,
Raiola, 90.
right, like you know what I'm saying, a high overall Milrow card, Anthony Richardson 99, like a crazy Johnny Manziel. Like
Mhm.
Johnny Manziel's not gonna have a 99 card in Madden because it just wasn't a thing. Like
Or
they could, but
or
it's
Eric
like,
Dickerson, that big Eric Dickerson card.
right, Eric Dickerson and different
Yeah,
stuff like that. So it's like I think it just made it so elite, bro.
yeah.
Like it played so smooth.
And they
Like
did Ultimate Team well too.
yes,
Like they didn't make it all about spending money. It was like you could legitimately grind and play your challenges and shit and have a competitive team that could beat anybody else
exactly.
if you're good at the game.
Exactly. Because I think what college football did and why like Madden and stuff like that was falling off was because like Madden, a lot of it was like you had to get these top players or you just weren't going to be able to play. So then by the end of the year, you just ended up playing a bunch of people that just had the same cards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's like CFB, you could play a team that has completely different roster than you, which is what I
Yeah.
loved. Like my team was good, but I could play somebody that has a completely different quarterback, a complete different set of receivers, a different running back, and still like be able to cook.
Mhm.
Like there was such a variety of what your squad could look like. And like you said, for grinding challenges, just pretty much playing every day. They always gave you like free packs and free upgrades. The battle pass thing, what the field pass was fire. Like you could get a bunch of free cards and good drops out of that. The training, like how many times you could flip the training for pack, like
The
there's so
auction
many
too.
ways. Like yeah, the auction house was great. Like there were so many ways that you could have a good team in CFB 25, and that's just the ultimate team. Obviously, you have the dynasty aspect that everybody loves. You can build your team
The
from
recruiting was
nothing.
so good too. Like
Yes,
they just perfected what they had in the old college football games in the
right.
dynasty. It was so good,
Yeah,
so good.
like it was great. And then
Of course, Road to
and then
Glory.
Road to Glory was also like pretty decent too. Like it might have not been the star of the show, but it was something that you could
Mm-hmm.
grind like by yourself. Like where like okay, I'm gonna make a player, and I mean it was pretty authentic too. Like you had to play your moments and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
play good. You had to study and stuff. Like I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
it's like deep. It's more than just like I just built a player. Like and you can't even like make them nasty. Like you just had like, what do you want? Okay, you want a quarterback. What do you want your thing to be? Okay, you want to be like a scrambler? Okay, well, this is where you're gonna kind of start
Mm-hmm.
off. You're gonna like these are where your offers are. Like, it was like
Yeah,
it was true. You know what I
and
mean?
it's a
And then
perfect starting point too, because now with the new one, they've leveled all that stuff up.
right,
Like the Road to Glory stuff, they have so many more archetypes and all that.
exactly. So, I think college football was like just a much needed bring back. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and um I haven't gotten on 26 just yet. Chase has played it a
Yeah,
lot. And I've seen the clips and stuff like that online.
it's
It
good.
looks smooth. It looks crispy.
It's good. You
Um,
can juke with the quarterback. Ah,
oh my god, that tech, bro! Thank
yeah,
God you reminded me of that. That tech is something that needed to be added in these
like a
football games,
decade ago,
like
bro.
at least 5 years ago. Like the fact that you couldn't do that before was so crazy. Like you were just forced to kind of like swivel and like
Mm,
whatever, and like maybe you beat them around the edge. Like you had to do like these weird like motions and stuff like that. But I always thought it was weird that it was like, how come in real life we're watching Lamar Jackson and like Kyler Murray and stuff like that literally juke people and
mm,
then make a pass downfield, but in the game I have to wait until I cross the line of scrimmage to be able to spin. It's like,
yeah.
what if there's somebody right here and I just need to juke real quick to
What if
like
it's
make
like
a move?
one, like literally one step before the line? Like
Right.
that's so ridiculous.
And it's like, I think that this causes way more outplay, like way more outplay that you
Mm-hmm.
can do with your scrambling quarterback. Because you can do it not just to like, I'm gonna just juke a bunch of times and run. Like you could just find like there's one D lineman that just like didn't get picked up in your blocking scheme or whatever. Maybe they
Mm-hmm.
sent one dude on the edge. You could like wait, juke him, let him go past, and then keep your eyes downfield. Maybe now roll out. Now you got a free and whatever. Where
Mm-hmm.
like before, you probably just have to take the sack in the game because you
Yeah.
just didn't
Or throw it
have
away. Yeah.
like there just wasn't a way you could get out of it unless you just had an ability to where your quarterback shedded it and then you move on. But it's
Yeah.
like now you can actually see that free rusher outplay it, still keep your eyes downfield, make a throw.
Yeah.
Like this is the kind of stuff that they're innovating into this game, and it's like it's crazy. And then I
Mm-hmm.
also saw a thing where you could like have the adjustable zones or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and like that's big because like
Mm-hmm.
before like you could do a little bit where you could shadow and shade and like put where like you thought the cover, like you could shade to outside, shade inside, shade underneath, play sticks. But
Yeah.
now,
It's a lot more in depth.
bro, now like you can like adjust the little zones and stuff like that to like really be like, hey, if this guy is really just cutting like trying to play this underneath area right here, you could really
Mm-hmm.
hone in on that spot, and still have your user like adjust your deep bubbles too. Like I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
what you can do now and the amount of outplay and still switch sticking and stuff like that, like switch
Mm-hmm.
sticking, like there's so much like skill that's now involved where it's not just like, hey, I got the best cards. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
you have the best cards and still get pummeled if you're not doing the right stuff on defense and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. Like,
If you aren't calling the right plays, making the right adjustments, you're
yeah,
not gonna
like
win.
there's a lot of times where like I would get matched up, like my team, like towards the end of CFB 25, like the past like couple months, where they had like I had like a 98 overall, and I would get matched up with somebody that maybe had like a 95, like a 94, and I'd be like, bro, this dude's dust. I'm gonna roll him, and like I would like be kind of playing a little bit more lax,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just cooking me, bro, because they
Yeah.
just know their players, they know their playbook, they're making the adjustments, like, and they're just putting me in the box, and I'm just like, damn, like, am I really just getting fried by this 95? Or
Yeah.
they're just like taking me down to the wire, like for whatever reason. Like, I'm just like, That's what I like about CFB.
Hmm.
I love CFB for that, and I'm excited for this year.
They added so many more plays too,
Yeah, no,
and they had a couple more teams, and they added a bunch of new jerseys,
right.
and they changed the stems, like the hot routes and shit.
Hmm.
There's better hot routes
Yeah,
and better stems. Like,
I'm
dude, it's
really
so good.
I'm really hoping. I don't know, and I haven't like seen anything about it because I haven't
Mm.
done like a deep dive and like watched any videos about it. But I'm hoping that um they did the thing where the more of the uniforms are in Ultimate Team or whatever.
I,
Because
I
I'm
didn't check.
because I'm yeah I know, and I haven't really seen anything about it. But I don't think like a lot of people are like hopping on Ultimate
Yeah,
Team just yet because it's still really early. There's not a lot of cards out. Whatever, I get it.
they did
But it's
already
like
drop a thing for it though. The name of the game.
yeah, I saw that. But I know last year, like the only thing I didn't like was like you had all these crazy uniforms in the regular game where you go to like LSU or Louisville, whatever, and you flip through the uniforms. They had like 10 uniforms, and you're like, okay, all these look sick, whatever. Some of these schools had like sick alternates, and then you get into Ultimate Team and you only had home and away.
Yeah.
Like I felt like, and I saw that a lot in the community, like in the tweets and stuff like that, where people are like, we need to be able to have access to some of these like different uniforms in the game, like whether it's just a pack where you can just roll for some of these like special alternate uniforms and just throw them on and stuff like that. Like
Mm.
you should have the ability to like if
Drip.
you're already making a fantasy team with a bunch of these like random players and stuff like that, like you should be able to have access to all these other uniforms that are in the main game. There's no reason why it shouldn't be an Ultimate Team because
Mm.
that's what made it kind of, I wouldn't say get dry, like it wasn't that big of a deal, but it was like there was only like so many like decent uniforms
Hmm.
just from home and away standard. That's it. Where it's like some like middle of America school has like some like dope alternate that you don't have like the
Yeah.
access to, like Army and Navy. Like they had like
UTEP
cool
has a
alternate.
crazy one.
UTEP, like Memphis had crazy alternates that you weren't able to get, and it's just like I'm really hoping. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm not saying that they didn't do it in 26, but I'm hoping that they listen to the community on that one and they put it in 26. I'm hoping
I gotta
we're gonna
check.
update because I'm definitely gonna be on there in not too long, and I'm gonna see if
Yeah.
what they have. Um, and then college basketball has also been rumored, to
Yeah,
make a
yeah,
comeback.
they keep seeing I keep seeing stuff on Twitter about it. Like all the different schools are posting like their cover athlete of what the game would look like or whatever. And I think EA is like really thinking about it.
Well, I think they yeah, because I think
It would be big though. It would be big for
yes,
2K.
yes, it would be big for both because EA is back in the basketball game, and then it gives 2K that competition of where it's like I
Mm.
feel like obviously everybody knows like 2K's been a little bit lazy lately, you know what I'm saying, and they haven't really been putting out the best product the past like few years. So
Yeah.
it's like if you have a college game and it's going crazy, like they're gonna have to up it,
Yeah,
And
because nobody's gonna play it if the college game's good.
I know, but it's like I just feel like no one's gonna play it regardless. Like if
Yeah.
the college game comes out, I'm telling you, people like the college games more, bro. It's
It's
just
more fun.
better,
Yeah, it's
bro. The
better.
college games are just better than the pro games.
They are.
Like the in real life, like it's pretty much the opposite. I'd
Yeah.
say for the most part. Like college football is really good, especially if your team is like decent or whatever. College basketball, especially the tournament, everybody likes it, March Madness, whatever. But it's
Mhm.
like in real life, I feel like most people kind of favor the pros just a little bit more.
Yeah, the
You know what I
players are
mean?
better.
Right. Like everyone likes the NBA, everybody likes the NFL, but it's like when it comes to gaming, I think just the variety that the college
Mhm.
games give you, and like you said, just the amount of player base that you really have access to, and the different jerseys and like all like I
And it's
just
like your hometown. Like everybody can
right
have a hometown.
exactly
Like you can play with your team. You don't have to play with like
whoever's
if
close.
you live in Louisville, Kentucky, you don't have an NFL, you don't have an NBA team that you
Exactly.
can play as. Like you have to just pick whatever team. Like obviously it's real life, so
Right.
you can have your favorite team or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like I can play with the Louisville Cardinals,
Right.
and I can have them on my home screen on
Exactly.
the game and
Yeah.
see my mask like every time I load in the game. That's so awesome, bro.
Yeah. And
That's so
then even
awesome.
like I like how like some of the lower schools get like the love too, where it's like let's say you went to UTEP or you went
Like
to
Akron.
yeah Akron, North Texas, Toledo. It's like you're
Yeah.
still in the game. Like you said,
Hmm.
you could still have that as like your home screen and like build a dynasty around them or
Hmm.
like whatever, like wear their uniforms and ultimate team and stuff like that. Where it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I went to a low key school, but it's not like I'm not gonna get any love. You know what I'm saying? Because I went to Louisiana Tech. It's like no,
Yeah.
you can rock Tech. Like you can rock You know what I'm saying? Some of these like
Yeah.
little schools, and I think that that's what makes it like really good is that like everybody, like you said, has a chance to represent their thing.
And then you have people like the coldest Crawford popping up just because he has a cold ass
Right,
name,
right,
and he's getting shined because there's a game now.
right. And like Major Burn, like they have like a
Yeah,
whole promo of like just like the funny name guys or whatever,
like
and
they're
the
Tiger
cards were
Shanks or
nasty.
whatever.
Yeah, like and the cards were nasty, and it's just like that's the kind of stuff I think another reason why college football was so elite was like the promos were like really good.
Yeah.
Like the
What's his name? Sketch. They
yeah,
had a sketch
yeah,
card.
dude, like a sketch card and stuff. Like they were doing some like crazy stuff, and that's the kind of stuff that people want. Like
Hmm.
I don't want to see Mike Allstott at linebacker. Like that's not really doing
Yeah,
anything. Like you know what I mean?
yeah.
But the fact that they gave like Big Cat and stuff like that a
Mm.
card in CFB that was like
Shane Gillis.
Shane Gillis, bro, that card was actually nasty. Though. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't just like a meme where it's like, oh, they dropped Shane Gillis, but it's like a 50 overall and it's just like fat and slow and like you're memeing. It's like no, like
he's
that
actually
Shane
disgusting
Gillis card was like the best card at linebacker
for like a
like
month.
a month. Like that shit was going for like 500K in the auction. Like that's what we're trying to tell you. Like it's like you could just have the craziest teams and stuff,
Yeah,
just the craziest little stuff. And this is why we're saying like gaming is still there, bro. Like it's still there. Like and
it's
I
just
think
in
if
the
they did a
right communities.
basketball, if they did a basketball, it'd be crazy.
Oh yeah,
You know?
the March Madness stuff. Whenever college basketball comes out, is gonna be
Right.
crazy, bro.
Yeah. And then like you said, you're gonna have more access to players or like players that maybe just didn't pop, like in the NBA or whatever like that. And
Yeah, there are a lot of players. Yeah.
yeah, and like you could do crazy stuff, crazy theme teams. Like I don't know, bro. Like there's just way more opportunities with the college games to me, and I think that people just flock to them.
And another thing too with it is that like the people that are playing video games the most are like college age kids.
Right.
So you're gonna be playing with your school.
Right.
Or you could play against your rival teams, like people that you know from other schools could be in the game. Exactly. It's like, oh shit, that's my best friend.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right. Yeah. That.
It's not like that's Jamar Chase. Like, okay, yeah, people knew him at LSU and shit, but like,
right. Yeah, like,
it's Jamar Chase, bro. Yeah. He's gonna be pretty hard to get close to.
Right.
Whereas like fucking Tiger Shanks probably has some random biddy that he knows. Right. She's like, what the hell? Why is he here?
So yeah, man. Like I love the college games, man.
Yeah.
I think that they're really taking it to where it needs to be. Mm-hmm. And I'd be really hyped. I think they see how good the college or the college football game is done. Like
I think it was it the most sold game last year?
I don't think it was most sold, but I mean it definitely had
had crazy numbers.
It had crazy numbers, bro. Like I mean it definitely had a great like release.
Yeah.
Like, the release, like everybody was on 25, bro. Like everybody got that game. And 26 is having a great release too. Like I'm already seeing hella clips, like hella people on there. And like technically the game's not even like out yet. Like this is early release and like it might as well have just been the regular. Like people are already just like, fuck, I need the game like now.
Yeah,
like,
I pre-ordered it. Fuck that.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. So it's like, I think they see how good it's doing. I think that it would just be right to just have the basketball game in there. You know,
and they have the bundle too, which it's like it honestly is worth it to get both games together because you get the pre-release bundle
right
with like all the extra shit, and it's the same price of buying both the games regular, like the standard edition. Mm-hmm. It's cool.
So,
and of course you can do the thing of like bringing your player up and moving them to the next game.
Exactly.
Which we've always missed that.
And I think I have an Eric Dickerson that's waiting on me because I did the fucking gauntlet challenges at the end. People that play CFB 25, they know that there was an Eric Dickerson at the end. You had to do these like fucking crazy challenges to get him. It took forever. And like he was the most broken card basically at the end of the game. And you're supposed to get like a 85 overall Eric Dickerson now or whatever. So when I log in, I need my 85 overall Dickerson because I'm pocket watching. I need that shit. But we'll see. But next up on the talking points, we got NBA 2K, and the covers have dropped for NBA 2K. The fucking covers for the game, and
They're mid.
There's a lot of issues with these covers.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, not only like okay, I think one of the players there's a polar bear in Arlington. You know what I mean? There's a polar bear in Arlington, Texas on one of these covers. And the covers just overall are just lazy. Like they used to be so sick. Like they used to be like literal posters that you would like hang on your wall. Like that LeBron edition one a while ago, the Kobe one, like
The first Jordan one.
right, the one that had like Harden, Curry, Anthony Davis, like that one was sick. The Michael Jordan one, like they had so many like elite covers to now where it's like they're just adding whatever player was the best from the previous season and then just like
putting one picture up there.
right, putting one picture and then just like making like a AI blur around it and like being like here's the cover. It's like
I've seen so many like fan made covers
that are way better than that.
Way better. There was one that I saw of SGA that was like it had the trophy and it had his like 3 different moves, like the lay, the fucking jump shot, and the crossover,
right?
And it just had him standing there. Like that was a clean ass cover, and it's simple.
Right.
It didn't have like a crazy background or anything. It had basically the same idea as the one that they actually came out with, but it actually looks good. It's not just a snapshot.
Right. It's not just a picture from Instagram that we just threw on the fucking cover. Like that's so crazy to me. You know, it's like even with the Madden cover, it's like EA has their flaws, but it's like at least they took one of the most insane plays that we've seen from the previous year with the cover athlete, and it's like the cover is going to be him jumping back. Like that's an elite cover, bro. Like that's,
and it has a background too.
Right. Like that's nasty. You know what I mean? Where it's like we're just taking a like what if they were just like Saquon Barkley and he's just like you know what I'm saying? Like you just took a picture from his IG.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing, bro? Like I don't know. That I definitely think it's lazy, and it just attests to why like people are trying to make like the like let's like boycott 2K, like nobody buy 2K, but it's like niggas are still gonna buy that shit. That's the issue. It's like you're never gonna be able to completely take 2K out or something. Like you know what I mean? But you probably should. But this is why a college football game would be good, so that it can give them some competition, so they can stop being so fucking lazy. And then the Mellow cover was clean. Actually, like I don't know if you saw that one. There was a Carmelo Anthony cover for like the Superstar, like the Legend Edition, whatever they're fucking calling it. There's like 18 editions, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like a Carmelo one. The Carmelo one looks clean, actually. But it's still pretty much the same concept. Like they just have him like doing like the 3 or whatever, and it's just like whatever.
I think Jason Tatum was a weird pick for the
really
for a cover. Like I get that he's a star player and everything, but I like how is that kind of relevant to the season? I don't know.
Well, no, that was last year's cover.
I thought it was on this one too. I thought they did a double. I thought they did the SGA and him this year.
No, I think it was just Tatum was last year.
Okay.
So, but it looked the exact same, which is why people are like,
okay, that's why I was seeing it like that.
Yeah, because like people are like, is this just what we're gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why people were like chopping on it. And then what's it called? Is SGA this year, Melo, and then the Angel Reese cover. And then there's one that's like the fucking whatever edition that has like all 3 of them on there, like SGA, Angel Reese, like all that shit.
Yeah, like Deluxe Super Edition or whatever.
Yeah, I think Akeem sent it to me. But like, I don't know, this one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So
that one actually looks nice.
That one actually looks good. Yeah. Like, you know, and look.
But you have to get the Leave No Doubt edition to get the cover that actually looks good.
Actually, like, looks good. And it's like, even though, like, it looks good, but it's not even that insane when you really look at it. Like, they kind of just put a bunch of snapshots together.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, oh my God. Like, they just combined a bunch of pictures. Like, and then they just added, like, what, outer space or something? Like, it's not insane, to be honest. Like, it's not insane.
No.
So I don't know.
And also,
Angel Reese.
Why is Angel Reese a cover athlete? She's not even the best player on her team, and her team is shit. Like,
right.
I'm not saying it has to be Caitlin Clark, but there's like 10 other players that they should pick before it gets to Angel Reese. Like, I feel like they're trying to force that narrative of like she's the new face. Like it's her and Caitlin.
Right.
But There's other Paige Buchers came to the league this year, and I feel like she's just as much of a star, if not bigger.
Right.
And her team's equally as ass.
Exactly.
There's,
I definitely think it's weird just because it's not like she's had like an elite seat like a I'm her season yet. Like she's had stretches where it's like I'm her and like she's doing really good
like
and
3 possessions a
and
game. Yeah.
what or just like she goes
I'm just
on
playing. Yeah,
she
no, she
goes on
does.
tears
She
where it's
does.
like she has like her like month where she's just like going crazy, kind
Yeah.
of Jalen Green esque, where it's like most of the time you're like, what the fuck are you doing? But then like you're like they go in the locker room where it's like this is what you really could be if
Yeah,
you
like
like
20 and
actually
15.
locked
Yeah.
in. You know what I mean? Um, I don't think it was a bad choice because she is what I don't think she's the face of the WNBA,
But
but
she's one of the stars.
as far as this new wave, like she is one of the ones. She's popular on social media, like people recognize her and things like that. So it's like as far as that, I don't think it's bad. I definitely think there are some other picks. I don't think
Yeah,
Paige,
it's not a terrible choice,
right?
but
It's
it's
not a
not
terrible
the
choice,
best.
and obviously I think Caitlin Clark on this probably would have went crazier. You know what I mean? But I just think it's really just because of the injury thing with Caitlin Clark. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
it's just because this year she hasn't really played that much. I'm not saying they reached out to her. I'm not saying they didn't, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
That I think that was probably more the cover. But I think
I
that
think there's a couple MVPs that should be picked beforehand.
right, and then there's like a couple like goats like Asia Wilson and like people like
Yeah.
that where you're like
Or even like Ionescu or something.
right that are like I think a little bit more deserving right now.
Yeah,
You
people
know
that
what
were
I
in the
mean?
playoffs.
Like maybe in a couple of years, if like Angel really does establish herself as like she's just like the top player, she's dominating on like a daily basis, really going crazy, then I think that people would be more excited about it. But I think, like you said, right now it does feel a little bit like they kind of just are really just forcing her into the front. Where it's like,
Yeah.
did she really need her own 2K cover right now? Like I think we said it good earlier when we were off camera. Like it would be like them putting like Caleb Williams or like Anthony Richardson on there, where it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I guess the potential of Anthony Richardson is like pretty good, and he's had like some decent games and like some highlights, but it's like we put him on the cover over like you said Saquon or Vonta Smith or something like
Yeah.
Jamar, like any of these guys, like what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's like there's probably a list
Or
of
Jaden
guys,
Daniels.
right, that could like go
Ooh.
ahead of just because Anthony Richardson can like do a backflip. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
that's where it feels like it's a little bit like what are we doing?
Yeah.
But overall lazy covers, but I mean that's 2K lately. It's just
Lazy.
laziness. So it's like,
Don't worry, we'll add something new to the park.
are we really surprised? They're not. A bunch of microtransactions and bunch
Yeah.
of
You want
that's
a scooter this time?
that's a pay to win game for sure. Like you just have to pay for packs and just like that's the only way. And then like Park is basically just like you just have to pay. People are just paying for drip. That people in Park care more about like what their fucking player looks like than like actually like
Yeah.
trying to get good at like being a good 2K player. Like you know what I mean?
I
Like
think
we didn't need
one
none
of
of
the
that
things
shit.
that makes 2K fall more than the other sports games too is like the metas. Like they change how a shot release
Right.
goes in or not monthly because certain people have found that like they can get easier green releases when they use that. Like maybe just leave it because they got good at using that fucking release. Like
Right.
why do we have to change the whole meta of the game? Like I have to change my character's shot form because other people found out that it was good.
Right.
Why does that make any sense?
Yeah. Um. Yeah, that is like a weird thing that like a
Mhm.
weird balancing thing that they always do.
Like
It's
okay,
like the
this
game always
crossover
feels
is not going to
different.
work as well anymore.
Right.
Like
Because people are just blowing by people too easily with it.
okay,
Like,
let me play it in the base game. No, we're going to change it for the entire game.
right.
Like I wouldn't play a park. I haven't played Park in long
Probably
time,
since like 2020, low key.
honestly. And when I would play like my dynasty mode or whatever, it's like, why is my shot not falling the same way? Why does it feel different?
Right.
And I'm like, wait, they put out a fucking update, didn't they?
Yep.
It's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So stupid.
And I feel like the my player. I like the grind, but I feel like the my player grind is a little bit too much. Like in a way,
Yeah.
it's like, dude, you're sitting there in the gym like hella like practice, like for your player to like get like you gotta like really put in some time for like your my player to get like decent, like you know what I mean. And I think that that's like another thing where it's like all right, bro, like how many times do I gotta like practice this like wing shot
Yeah.
before it's like I'm like auto? Like
And
you
you
know
can
what I
only
mean?
be elite at certain things. Like
Right.
you can't make LeBron James in my
Exactly.
player. Like in the older my players, I could make my player whatever I wanted him to be and make him elite. Like I could
Exactly.
just
Like you can make
grind
a
and make him
check.
good. Yeah.
Right.
Like I could just grind and make him good. And now I have to like pay attention before I even start my character. I have to build the archetype where they can only do certain things right, and
Exactly.
everything else are going to be ass at.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah, like if I want to be able to yam on people and shoot threes crazy, I have to have zero defense.
Right.
How does that make any
And then
sense?
they get super specific with like the big archetypes. Like either you're like a glass cleaner or you're like a. It's like,
Rim
bro, I can't.
protector.
Right. It's like, well, I can't get boards and I can't also like stuff.
I can't
why does
post
it?
up somebody and then also be good at rebounding.
Right. Like what is that? Like Anthony Davis does it. Like you know what I mean. So it's like, why can't I do that? Or like you said, why can't I make a Zion build where it's like, yes, Zion's technically a fucking five,
Mm.
but can also run the floor and has crazy midi and like can yam from anywhere.
Like I dare them to allow me to make Jokic.
Right.
I
But it's
dare
like,
them to let me do
but it's
that.
like, yeah, but all the limitations you can't. So it's like, but it's like, why am I even grinding?
Right.
And then
How is
that's
he a 99 if he's only good at two things?
yeah, and then that's when you have people that have like 15 builds. They're like, oh, which build do I need? Oh, should I be my slashing guard or should I be my assisting guard or should I be
My
my
shot creator.
right or should I be my corner sitting two or should I be my 3-and-D fucking three wing play? It's like what the fuck are we talking about? Like you don't just have like one or two players. Like I get maybe having like a guard and like a big, but it's like you have four bigs because you have to have all these different ones, and then you have like five guards because you have all these different ones. It's like, what the fuck is that, bro? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely don't like that. Like, it's
Yeah, I
like,
love the old my players like in 2016, 2017, 2018 when you could like just make my player and make him good and I could
right,
go cook against the computer and then if I wanted to go play online I could, but
right,
I'm really just like out there to have fun like on my own, build my player, not worry about other fucking people's
right.
players.
And then now I gotta watch some like YouTube video of some dude. How do you want if you want your player to play like this? Well, here's what you're gonna have to do. So off rip, you're gonna have to. It's like, all
Yeah.
right, bro, come
And
the
it
fuck
never
on.
works out the way
It
either.
never does either. They're like, this is the James Harden 2016 build. It's going to have you be able to do step backs, euros, and be an insane drop 50 points every single game. Then you do it. It's like, so
Why can't I
why?
hit a shot?
Yeah. So why does my dude play like Desmond Bain? That wasn't the build. Like you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate the new NBA, bro.
College basketball to save the day.
Yeah, that's definitely why it's not what it used to be. What's next? COD.
Another fall off.
Mhm.
Hey, I mean, they made Warzone to try and make the money and get everybody back to
I think
riding that battle royale
I think
wave.
their
But
biggest demise was Warzone, to be
yeah,
honest. Like,
that wasn't their game.
no, I think, because there was a time when like the BRs were like the top thing, but I think now your game doesn't necessarily have to be a battle royale for it to be good. Like, look at Rivals. Rivals isn't a battle royale, and it's fine. Like, you know what I mean? And no one that plays Rivals is like, oh, I wish we could play the same game, but instead let's make it a BR. Like
Yeah,
not everything needs to be a BR, bro. Like, you know
yeah,
what I mean? So it's like I think that's where it's like, bro, Call of Duty, you were good at just making multiplayers and making that and stuff like
and
that, and
zombies and all.
zombies and the competitive side of Call of Duty didn't come from Warzone. It came from like yes, there is a competitive scene for Warzone now, but like I'm trying to say like
Mm-hmm.
growing up, watching Call of Duty competitive was watching two teams go crazy,
Search and destroy.
search and destroy, or like play like pub style matches, but now you're just in a controlled environment where it's like, okay, these two teams are going at it on like dominate. Like that's how it was played out. So there was really no need for them to like make Warzone. And then when they did, okay, y'all gave in and went to the battle royale because that was what was hot in like 2020 and all that kind of stuff. It's like I get it, but then they kind of just ditched what made COD so good and just put all their eggs in like, well, we just want Warzone to be great. But it's like that's not why 90% of the people on Call of Duty play Call of Duty.
Yeah,
It's not for
especially the
Warzone.
older people.
Right. And it's like most of the people that were still on your game were like the guys that were still playing from the nostalgia from the back in the day that are still like trying to, what's going to be the best game? Like, can I still get on here and like have that feel of what it felt like back in the day? And it's like to completely dish that and be like, yeah, we're gonna drop the regular game and it's gonna be multiplayer, or whatever. But it's like we're not. We're just gonna just make sure Warzone. We're gonna have updates. You're gonna be able to run around in the Nicki Minaj skin. And it's like, bro, come on. That shit is what also demoralized it too. I think was like when they started adding like the goofy shit. Like before, they used to add like skins that were like kind of goofy and like whatever, but like the baseline of the game was still like the same. Like you're still a soldier, you're still like whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could be running around with the party rock skin or like that weed skin or whatever that was in like Ghost, I think, and like all that kind of stuff. There's a bunch of fun little things that you could do. But now it's like, bro, when they started adding like real life motherfucker, like you got niggas running around as like actual Snoop Dogg, actual Nicki Minaj in the game, like some
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing, bro? Like that's what made COD like go from this game was serious to like now they're playing around, bro.
They're
like,
going for your money.
Right. You can, and then after you get a kill with Nicki Minaj, it's like pink smoke, and she goes and she has her little catch with Cardi B. It's like, am I really watching like Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B in Call of Duty? Like, what are we doing? Like, it like that's when it was just like where have we gone, bro? We just have gone straight downhill.
I think they have the same kind of problem as like I was saying with my career too, or Park or whatever, where the meta changes so often and it changes the entire game, like not just Warzone. Every single part of the game, the guns are different every month because people find out a build for a gun that ends up being OP.
Right.
Instead of like just having that gun be OP and all the other guns that were OP be OP, then we have to make it shit all of a sudden.
Right. Extreme nerf on this gun.
Yeah.
And just making another gun overpowered. So now that's going to be the meta for like 2 weeks.
Now we're running machine pistols.
Right.
Oh, now we're going to run snipers only. Oh, now we're running shotguns. Now we're running crossbows.
Forces everybody to like run those guns. Like, or run that.
Or vehicles are super OP now. Okay, so everybody's trying to run people over.
Yeah.
Like, let's stop with the fucking meta bullshit. Like, let's make a game that's good and it's balanced. And then if people find balances, tweak it a little bit like Rivals does.
Right.
Don't try to overexploit it and then make something else super good and something that's super bad.
Right.
Like it ruins the game.
Yeah, that's what made the old school CODs like so good was that like everything was broken. Everything could be ran. You could go into a multiplayer game and just be like, I'm just gonna run the DSR and do good.
I can run around with my knife and do good.
Right. And like, or you could run around with the B-23R, that like fucking burst pistol and like go crazy. Or,
the fucking ballistic knives with the fucking.
Or you could be like traditional and be like, no, I'm gonna run like a regular AR, I'm gonna run MSMC, I'm gonna run A94.
Honey Badger.
Right. And like be fine. But like, yeah, I think forcing like, oh well, like ARs are too strong and too many people are running ARs, so we're just gonna take ARs to the ground and we're just gonna make it like an SMG shotgun thing. And then it's like, okay, then everybody runs SMG shotgun, and then it's like, well, now people are just complaining that they're just getting one pumped and like they can't do anything from range. So we're just gonna make these all garbage, and now everyone's just gonna stop. It's like, stop trying to force everyone to play the exact same way. Like, the reason why people like gaming is because you can do what you want to an extent, and that's what makes it great. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it your experience.
That's why people like games like Dark Souls and stuff like that, because it's a finished game, and the only updates are to fix bugs and shit.
Right.
You can make any build and make it as good as it can be. Like, you can literally, I saw a YouTube video. This dude said 100% completing no damage Dark Souls by only rolling. No, like, he doesn't do any attacks. Right. He just rolls at people, and he buffed his fucking character enough to do no damage or take no damage. Beat one of the hardest fucking games with only rolling. Like, you can do that shit and do the other things, like just be like a normal sword fighting dude and be just as OP. Like, I don't understand why games like 2K and COD don't get that. I don't understand why they have to try to make a meta. Stop trying to force a meta.
Right. Just let people play how they want, and then just like balance the game as need be and make little updates.
Yeah, stop overreacting.
Stop catering to like whatever streamers say or something like that, which is what I think is just like also a big problem with a lot of these games.
Be proud of your product. Be the
Right.
master of it. Quit trying to like. I'm a salesman. What we always say is, be the salesperson. Don't let the customer be the salesperson. Like, don't
Right.
let them show you what they like and everything. Like,
And
you
tell you
show
how
them
it's supposed to
stuff.
go.
Yeah, you
Right.
show them stuff, and then if they like it, they like it. But you're gonna explain to them why they should like it.
Right.
It's not like you are changing everything for them.
Yeah. Which is the perfect lead into like Apex, which
Mhm.
is why I think Apex went from like being like just
Elite.
Apex is going to be one of my favorite games of all time,
Mhm.
like to the grave. Like that game to me, I mean, we would
Elite,
be,
bro. It was
it was
elite.
so good.
We
Like
would be on that
everything,
bitch from when we got off work until like 2 a.m.
yeah, like
every day.
such a crazy game. Like just the feel of the movement, the everything was so good, and like
Characters balanced, guns
characters,
balanced.
just the abilities. That was kind of the first time we really saw like abilities like that, incorporated into the game, and like kind of that superhero-esque aspect. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? The gunplay was so smooth, first person shooter, you know what I mean? Like it was so far, like it's so far, and it's still a good game right now. But what made like some of these past seasons not as good, and what kind of started their downfall, was that they really just started listening too much to just the top 1% of players. And I think that that's always just the worst way to go. Like
Mm-hmm.
anytime the streamers would start talking and being like, oh, I think they would just do exactly what they just said. Then it's just like, unless they said it, there would be like no changes to the game. And it's like, how are these people telling you what to do with your game? Like you were saying, it's like,
Yeah.
you're just like, yeah, some of their complaints are like valid, but you don't need to cater your whole, like they would literally be changing the meta or changing how the entire game felt based on what these group of
Mm-hmm.
people are saying, just because they're like in their games they're getting shredded by R9, or like they're like, oh well, this needs to be like that and this needs to be like that. So it's like everybody else is just playing a product of whatever they're making, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like, we like the game because of how like y'all were doing it. Like it was
Yeah.
fine, like, you know what I'm saying, like it was this and that. It's like, yeah, maybe on a top level, like they might have had some like things about it. I'm not saying you don't like listen to what they have to say, but it's like it got to where it was like 4 seasons in a row where it was just like whatever the top streamer said, whatever they said, that's just what they would do. And it was
Mm-hmm.
just like, I think,
Like, it was perfect on season 0, and
right,
it stayed really, really, really good.
until like season like 5 or something like that.
Bro, it was so good.
Right.
The game was so good.
Like seasons 1 through like 5 were perfect, and then that's when, I think it got to like peak popularity, and like especially on like YouTube and like Twitch and all that kind of stuff. And then I think that that's when they just started going way too hard on like exactly what, the streamers and stuff like that. And then I also think Apex went way too cash grab. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at first, I think they did really good with their drops, and they would drop and it'd be like a whole skin, like, collection event, and the
Right.
events were like a big deal, and you wouldn't really get any other skins until the big event. And then the big event was usually like showcasing maybe like a new heirloom or like something like that. But then once they kind of got away from that, and they just started like just dropping skins all the time, and
Every week.
there's like a rotational store every
Recolor
week,
to it.
recolor to that, recolor to that, recolor to that. No new fresh ideas, just new ways to get you to swipe the card. The collection events went downhill as far as like how good the skins looked and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and then they just started making it so that you could just buy an heirloom.
Yeah.
Like before, the heirlooms were special because you didn't know if you were going to get one or not.
Yeah.
And then like when
You open a random pack
and you see that red, and you be like, oh, I got an
Oh,
heirloom,
shit.
like heirloom, let's go.
pull my phone out.
Right, unless you got the collection. But if you didn't get the collection and you just were just waiting, and then you finally got them shards, you're like, it's a big deal. But it's like, now you can just go in and just get like whatever. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that like it just made it mid. Like, it's like little stuff like that.
It's like
I feel like-
it's like they're overfeeding and not making a good meal.
Right.
Like, they're just throwing a bunch of stuff on there, and like, it's decent stuff. Like,
Yeah.
they're making ramen noodles, but like,
Right.
I don't want ramen noodles every single fucking week.
Right.
I want a steak dinner once a month.
Right.
I'd rather have a steak dinner once a month than ramen noodles every day of the week.
Exactly. And it's like when you go on Apex now, go to that store tab on Apex, dude. It's like a fucking East Bay magazine, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, it's like cleats, gloves, helmet, socks. It's like, you want to buy your key, or you want to buy your keychain, you want to buy your fucking, this. There's the skins. There's the skins for the gun. There's the charm. There's the fucking this. There's an heirloom shop.
You want to spray?
There's an exclusive skin shop. There's a fucking background shop section. It's like, bro, what the fuck are we talking about, bro? Like, before, you used to go to the store section on Apex, and there was like 4 things that would rotate every like week and a half, and it'd be like, okay, what's this week? Okay, like, okay, whatever. And you had to like literally wait and wait and wait for like 4 skins to just rotate, and it kept it like it kept it exclusive. And there were skins that like, this skin hadn't dropped since like whatever, and it kept stuff like fun and fresh. And then like I said, the collection event was like, okay, now they're gonna drop like, there's gonna be 20 skins available right now for like 2 weeks. After that, it goes back to the regular.
And they were all heat.
Right.
All
it's like now it's just a bunch of just like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. It's like a purple this, and like this just looks like that one but red, and then this one looks like the one from season 2, but now they just made it black. Like they
or like a different hairstyle, but the same fucking outfit. Like, what are we doing?
It's like it just got so lazy, and they just went away from it. And I still think Apex has some glory days left in it. It definitely feels a little outdated now, but
the gameplay still feels good though.
It's still
the new character is good.
Yeah, Sparrow or whatever.
Yeah, he's really good.
I think like the game's still good, and when I get on there, like it's still like I can still go on there and play for like 4 hours. Like, you know what I'm saying? And still be like, okay, like this is why like I love this game, and it's always gonna have a piece. But I think at peak, Apex was one of the best games I've ever played, bro. Like peak Apex was just,
and the competitive nature of it was so good.
Yes,
like,
bro.
And you only had your 3 parties, so it was like not toxic.
Right.
It was just you and your buddies. Like the only toxic part about it was third partying.
Right.
But like you can play around that.
Yeah, and like I feel like the competitive nature, like it just made you good, because I feel like that was one of those games, which we'll get into it later with Marvel Rivals. Of like, this is one of the issues with this game. But one of the pros about Apex was like, I feel like everybody got on Apex and wanted to go off. Yeah. And that's what made it like super hard to get into like Pred and like Masters and shit. Was like, it wasn't because, like I got some dude on my team and he's just selling and he thinks it's funny to like just fuck the team over. It was like, no, everybody loaded up, even if it was just me and you playing, or even if it was just like me and somebody else, and we had to pick up a random or whatever. It was like, you were still able to do good, because even your randoms were like wanting to win, and they're pinging, and you'd be like, damn, do you have shields? They're dropping shields for you and shit. Like, people were still playing, even if they weren't talking on the mic, they're still like, they'll drop a.
They'll rotate with you,
right? They'll revive you. They'll do stuff. It's like
they'll come back in the storm, throw a shield down, and then res you and give you heals. Like they're not even talking on the mic.
Yeah, it's like, but they wanted to succeed. Like everybody playing Apex wanted to win, and that's what made the game so good. It's just because like every time you got on every night, even if we had some frustrated nights where we didn't really move up, like we kind of just stayed in the same spot, like broke even on ranked. Yeah. It like the experience was just so crazy, because it was like you had to lock in, and it was one of those games where you had to think about everything, bro. How are we rotating? Where are we rotating? Like, there's a fight over there. Is it worth taking that? Because
did you hear those shots?
Right. If we go over here and take that fight, we still got the storm, and we're not in it. So if this fight takes too long, we're gonna be in the storm. Then we could get fucked, even if we won the fight. Like, and then the movement, like like crazy movement, the fucking balloons that you could fly, and like
zips,
bounce pads.
Horizon
portals, lifts. I mean, like, dude, like
the cars,
the ultimates were crazy. Yeah. Like, I mean,
and the vehicles aren't OP in it either. They're like you can't really do anything.
Point B.
Yeah, and you kind of get fried if you're in it.
Right.
And they start shooting at you.
And then the portal things too, where it's like you could take it and put you on like another part of the map or whatever like that. Just the rotations. How you had to play around the map too. Like there wasn't like, I'm a build stuff like in Fortnite or whatever. It's like, where are we fighting? You could be fighting in like open space, and you're like, how can I utilize this space? Okay, there's a little rock right here. Like I might have to dip behind this rock. Like it's
I might have to like hug this tree.
Right. Okay, there's like a little sliver right here. Like, okay, I might have to play this little edge of this like little corner or whatever this is. And then I'm gonna peek, and then I'm gonna use that to move up to this little shrub. Like, bro, you had to like
Yeah.
really use like
Or
your
use your
environment,
character's abilities to get to certain spots that only you could get to because
right?
of that character.
You know, and it was just like
Yeah.
bubble out in the middle. Like you just there was like some of the craziest plays, split second decisions that you
Hmm.
had to make in that game. Like that's what made it so good was like every decision was like a big decision. Like you couldn't just
Hmm.
go in there and just be like, I think I'm gonna. It's like, nah, bro. If you don't have that phase, bro, that bitch is not coming back in like
Yeah.
30 seconds, bro. Like you better use that shit wisely. Like you better port to the right spot. Like there is no like canceling. Like
Oops.
nah, yeah. It's like oops is back to the lobby, bro. Like you know what I mean. So, um,
And you
yeah,
got to hit your shots.
yeah, hitting your
And
shots
you
was
got to hit
crazy.
those shots.
You know what I mean? And man, dude,
Yeah.
the guns were so good too.
Hmm.
R9,
Prowler with select.
Prowler with select, the Peacekeeper, obviously, the Mastiff,
The
like
bow when it first came out too.
the bow, the Kraber obviously was like one of the like just like the staple
Hmm.
guns of the game where you just one shot anybody, you know what I'm saying?
The Hemlock, so dirty from mid and long.
Flatline, R301 was just a laser beam, bro. That thing
Always.
never moved, bro. I love the
They've
R301.
the R3 has always been so good,
The
bro.
R3. It don't matter when you load up into the game, bro.
Pick up R3.
It could be 5 months and you're like, I bet you that R3 still lasers. It's
Yeah.
always the R3. Like
First thing I picked up.
dude, we hopped back on after like a couple months. Dude, it's the R3, bro. The R3 just goes crazy. Dude, I
The
mean,
sights are
the
good.
sights are good. The 1X classic, the fucking two
Hmm.
times, like
Yeah. Go to game,
man,
bro.
bro,
Go to game.
man, dude. It makes me just want to get on, right? I love Pex, bro. I love Apex, bro. That
Yeah,
game
it's
was
so
so
good.
crazy because it had the COD feel, but different. Like I don't know what it was. Like it
Yeah.
had that feel, like the
Like
gunplay.
Overwatch and COD.
Right, like the gunplay made you feel like you were back in Black Ops 2, but then the abilities, like you said, made it feel like you were playing Overwatch or something like that, incorporated into it. And
Yeah, so good.
man, I just couldn't get enough of it, bro. Couldn't get enough of Apex,
Shout
man.
out Apex.
Shout out Apex. Hopefully, never dies, and
Yeah.
we honestly do need to like
Yeah, we need to hop back on and grind a
incorporate
little.
it into our rotation just a little bit because I mean, Neek still plays a lot. I
Yeah.
think, you know what I mean. So it's like I don't know. I might be hopping back on.
I have it downloaded still. I'm ready.
You
Always in the bag.
want to cut it before we get because I feel like our rivals is gonna be like a crazy long session. What you think?
Sure. Intermission?
All right, we're gonna intermission, then we're gonna part two to Marvel talk because that's gonna be a long part. All right, boys.